And a good Saturday to each and every one of you. My name is Jewel, and this is the Weather Channel of J7409. Thank you so much for clicking play and checking out the weather with me today. As we look at the satellite image here, we can see additional rounds of severe weather and flash flooding are going to be possible across the central and southern plains through the entire weekend. And below average temperatures, well, they're going to be found throughout much of the central and eastern United States, while heat's going to build up in the west. As you can see, we do have these storms moving through. And these little systems, we're going to check out what's going on with them too in the hurricane outlook and tropical storm outlook from the National Hurricane Center. Don't let this down in the monsoon trough scare any of you now. I've checked it all out before I'm making this video, looking like nothing is going to come of it as of today. If anything happens with any of these systems, I'll be sure and put it up. So far as all my island folks right in this area from Puerto Rico down through the chain, you might have a pop-up shower now and then. That's a might. Don't look for it. It just might happen. And you should have some sea winds, but nothing out of the ordinary. Speaking of storms, well, I had one last evening, and this is a tomato plant that Ann sent me. Yeah, my buddy Ann Dale, she brought me this tomato plant as a gift, and I love it so much. We had very high winds last night. A lot of people lost power. I was scared to death that this little plant wasn't going to make it. Well, it's still here this morning. It doesn't look as good as it did. All of the blooms just about got blowed off of it. It had a lot of little blooms on it. I lost some of the limbs that were on it, but it did make it through. It just don't look quite as good as it did, but I'm going to doctor this thing. But over where I live in eastern North Carolina, all of eastern North Carolina, we can expect some more storms with some high winds later today and tonight, maybe early tomorrow morning. So for everyone who's got tomato plants out, I hope your plants have survived. Nothing going on in the Atlantic for the next 5 days or down in the Gulf either, folks. Looking like pretty good sailing for the next 5 days as of now. Let's just hope this holds out for a while. We'll go over to the Eastern Pacific where we had those two disturbances. And here we have them, and one of them's moving on up in a little bit of strength. Now, this is 2 and this is 1. We'll start with 1. It's still a small cluster of showers and thunderstorms about 1,000 miles south-southwest of the southern tip of Baja California Peninsula. Now, it's associated with a weak area of low pressure. It's moving westward around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Some slow development remains possible over the next few days before it moves into a drier, more stable air mass early next week. And it does have that 30% chance in 5 days, 20% in 2 days. I don't think much will come of it. This one has a better chance. Disturbance number 2. Now, it's a broad area of low pressure. It's several hundred miles south of Acapulco, Mexico, and it is producing disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity. Now, all of the environmental conditions look like they can be conducive for gradual development of this system during the next several days, and a tropical depression could form by the middle of next week. And this system is moving west to west northwestward about 10 miles per hour. It has a 20% chance in 2 days and a 50% chance in 5 days. Taking a look at where severe weather may happen today. Well, we've got widely scattered. Now, these are going to be scattered, widely scattered severe thunderstorms capable of large hail. Severe wind gusts are possible this afternoon and evening for parts of southeast Colorado, eastern New Mexico, and the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles. Now, over in eastern North Carolina and in northeastern or mid to northeastern sections of South Carolina. This does include Myrtle Beach and Virginia Beach up in this area here. We do have a marginal chance of some more severe weather like I was talking about. I think the greatest threat from these thunderstorms for this area here is going to be wind. We do have a chance of some wind that could be heavy at times, just like what happened at my house last night. Now, where you see the lighter green, just a chance of thunderstorms popping up. That goes from a long range from Louisiana, Texas, all the way up to North Dakota and parts of Montana, also over into Utah. Now, do we have a chance of tornadoes? We have one. It's a small chance. That's in the panhandle of Texas, Oklahoma's panhandle, a little of northeastern New Mexico, and parts of Colorado. Now, that wind, we do have that 5% chance over from central to eastern North Carolina for South Carolina and Virginia, as I showed you and talking about a few moments ago. The greatest chance of severe wind is going to be in the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles, as well as parts of Colorado and northeastern New Mexico. What about hail? Hail, the panhandle of Oklahoma going up into Colorado, and the very corner of northeastern New Mexico is where the large hail should occur with these storms as they pass through. As we take a look at my future radar, I'm going to turn it on. You see your timestamps and what's going on. It's looking like, folks, the unsettled weather will be found across parts of the central and southern plains as well as the east coast for the holiday weekend. Now, most hazard conditions are expected in the Great Plains as these additional rounds of thunderstorms stretch from eastern Colorado to west Texas through Memorial Day. Now, the threat of damaging wind gusts, large hail, and the possibility of some isolated tornadoes do exist today through the central high plains. Then they will shift southward into southeast New Mexico and southwestern Texas on Sunday. Now, scattered instances of flash flooding are also possible with these thunderstorms, folks, as very high rainfall rates lead to multiple inches of rain falling in a very short period of time. And there is a slight risk of some excessive rainfall today, Saturday, across the central high plains. Also for Sunday over parts of the southern plains and far south central Kansas. Meanwhile, damp and dreary weather. Yep, that's what's going to be found across much of the mid-Atlantic and northeast through early Monday, as a frontal boundary is going to be stalling along the east coast. Now, showers and locally heavy rain will make it difficult to stay dry if you're spending some time outdoors, with a stiff northeast wind making conditions feel even more uncomfortable. Now, the gusty winds may also lead to coastal flooding from Long Island to the Delmarva Peninsula. Coastal flood watches and advisories are already in effect for those areas. A low pressure system is forecast to eventually develop along the frontal boundary and then swing into New England by Monday, leading to much of the mid-Atlantic enjoying a drier and pleasant Memorial Day. Now, it's looking like May is going to end quite chilly throughout the central and eastern United States. High temperatures only reaching the 50s and 60s from the Central Plains, Midwest, and Ohio Valley to the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. On the northern side of the cold air mass, early morning temperatures will dip low enough for frost and freeze concerns. This should be up around the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes areas for tomorrow morning. Now, it's totally opposite in the western U.S. The heat's going to begin to build into the region, and excessive heat warnings and heat advisories have already been issued across the Sacramento Valley. And this is going to be happening through Monday. Now, the highs are looking to reach the upper 90s and triple digits on Sunday throughout much of the desert Southwest and California's Central Valley. Have yourself a good day, a safe day, and a very blessed day. Thank you so much for watching and everything that all you guys do for me. I appreciate it so much. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already for up-to-date weather forecast and any very severe weather that might be coming your way. I keep my eyes open and I'll get it out to you. Please click that little weather J7409 in the bottom right hand corner. Then click that bell and make sure you click off all to get all my latest videos. Thank you so much for watching once again, and may each and every one of you have a great Memorial weekend and much peace, love, and kindness to each and every one of you. Stay safe. Thanks for watching.